Hi everyone, welcome to my July 2019 beauty favorites and fails. I have a lot to get to, so we're gonna jump right in. All right, I'm gonna start with palettes. I have 4 palettes to show you. 1 is an eye palette, 3 are face palettes, and I am loving every single one. The first one is an eyeshadow palette. I have been reaching for this a lot. This is the Too Faced Natural Lust eyeshadow palette. I've been wearing this in quite a few of my recent videos. This palette, I believe, has been out since around March or April. I remember seeing it at Sephora when I was getting ready to go on my spring break trip to Mexico. And I'm pretty certain the reason why I didn't pick it up at that time was because I swatched a few of the shades and they just didn't seem to be that pigmented. So I never gave it a second thought until about 2.5 weeks ago. I was watching a tutorial by the makeup artist Dylan Sabah. Of course, I will put her handle on the screen and in the description. She's a fantastic makeup artist. I believe she's Dutch, and she does really glam looks. So she's a girl after my own heart. I love the looks that she does. And she used this palette in a tutorial, and I immediately bought it. And I've been loving it. Yes, there are a few shades in here, a few of the shimmers, that aren't that pigmented, but then the others are super saturated with color, and they work so beautifully. So honestly, I'm fine with it. I'm okay with a palette with this many shades having 3 or 4 duds. Is it the best thing to have in a palette, 3 or 4 duds? Probably not, but it's also not the worst thing considering the price point. I think of this palette is pretty decent for the amount of shades that you get, and you can achieve so many looks with this. This has really been a go-to palette of mine when I want to use color, when I want to play with shimmer, which is, let's be honest, pretty often. I love that it has these rich browns over here. It has a black, which I like to use for lining, and it's got a great shade for putting underneath the brow. Overall, I just think it's a great palette. I'm happy I finally got it. And if you pick one up and you try a couple of the shimmers and they're duds, then you've obviously hit the duds right away. But again, for the most part, the shimmers are really, really fantastic, especially if you pick up a little bit of product on your synthetic brush, spritz it with some Fix Plus or some setting spray. You'll get a lot of intense color and impact. All right, the next 3 are face palettes. First up is the Sephora Pro Face Palette. I purchased medium, and this thing is huge. I believe it was $58 and worth every penny for the amount of product that you get. And I chose the medium over the light just because the color selection seemed more suited to what I like. And even though the bronzer shade was definitely better suited to me in the light palette, I felt like I could work with this. It's pigmented, but it's not so saturated with color that I can't blend it out to work with my skin tone. So it's been a great bronzer contour color. These highlighters are stunning. You guys know I love a peachy pink blush, and it's got 3 of them in here. And the pans, as I mentioned, are really, really large. I picked this up with my $100 gift certificate that you get for redeeming 2,500 points. You can save your points and get a $100 gift card. Now, the thing with that gift card is that you can't return anything you purchase with it. So you have to make sure that you really want the products you're using with the gift card you got with your points. So I really thought about this purchase before I decided to go for it. And so far, I've been really, really happy with it. And I think you will be too. Now, this next blush palette is way more affordable. I picked this up at Ulta. It's by the beauty brand Catrice, and it is the collaboration that they've done with the beauty YouTuber named Eman. I started watching her years ago. She's one of the first YouTubers I ever watched, and she's definitely great. She's definitely talented. She's fun to watch. She does beautiful tutorials, and congratulations to her for getting a collab with Catrice. There was an eyeshadow palette, I think maybe some lip products, I can't remember. But I was really drawn to this blush palette. And those of you with darker skin tones, medium to deep skin tones, you've got to pick this up. This one is definitely more of an orangey tone. This shade right here called Shisha is more of a pinky apricot. And then this shade, Alexandria, has a little bit more shimmer to it, and it has more pink. It is just stunning. As I mentioned, on medium to deeper skins, it's gonna look gorgeous. And when I've kept up with my self-tanning regimen, I've been loving just popping this on the cheek for some bolder color. In fact, I'm gonna pop a little bit on right now. I feel like these lights wash me out. So if you do have lighter skin like I do, you can just sort of lightly dust it on so it's not overkill. And this brush I'm using, I know someone's gonna ask, it is a very old Morphe brush from one of their holiday collections. Every year at holiday time, they usually put out a brush set that has these jewels that's bedazzled. I'm also going to blame Dylan Sabah for this purchase as well. This is the Natasha Denona Tan, Bronze, and Glow. I just love everything about this, from the size to the shade selection, and I honestly didn't think I was gonna love it. I've got tons of bronzers, I've got tons of contour powders, I've got tons of highlighter powders. What the heck did I need this for? I didn't need it, to be honest with you, but I love that all these amazing shades are right in one little compact that's perfect for travel, and I love the way that this looks so nice. I saw on Natasha's, I think it was Insta stories, she used this on several different skin tones and it was gorgeous on all. I can't say enough good things about it. The bronzer is a great contour powder for my cheeks. I don't really like it so much when I contour my nose. It comes up a little bit orangey. However, I love this cream highlight. It can be worn on its own, or you can make it way more intense by using this highlighter right here. And this is great for just a natural makeup day. I kind of swirl the bronzer and this shade together for sort of just a natural looking blush. It's not really a blush, but just a little color to my cheeks with a little glow. So I've been reaching for this a lot. It's really, really good. I'm surprised at how much I love it. Okay, next up is this Olay Sun Shine Control Broad Spectrum SPF 35 Lotion. I featured this in my last drugstore makeup tutorial. I spoke about it briefly in that video, and there's really not much more I can say about it. It's just an amazing sunscreen. A lot of times, sunscreens, they leave a white cast on your face. They don't play nicely under makeup. They make your foundation pill, or they don't photograph well, or they're greasy. This is so good. It sinks right into my skin, and I'm very oily, so this is definitely something for someone that's more combo to oily skin. The shine control factor that's in this, I like that it's an SPF 35, and I've just been putting this under my makeup every day, and it's been working beautifully, and I've used it under several different foundations, so it's not like it works with one foundation but not with others. Every foundation I've tried since I've been using this, it's worked beautifully under. So if you're looking for a good everyday sunscreen and you have combo to oily skin, I highly recommend this one. All right, I know a lot of you have been wanting me to talk about this. I finally got my hands on the Nikkia Joy Velvet Finishing Powder. I cannot tell you how many people have asked me either in comments or in DMs, Risa, please try this Nikkia Joy powder. Because if you're not familiar with Nikkia Joy, she is an oily skinned YouTuber like myself, much larger following, but that's neither here nor there. I wouldn't say I always agree with her recommendations and her take on products for oily skin. She's definitely recommended some foundations that did not work for me, and she's definitely not liked some foundations that do work for me. So it goes both ways, but she still has that issue that I have, which is dealing with the oily skin. And she came out with this velvet blurring powder that is supposed to help to control shine for an extended period of time. It's supposed to blur pores, which a lot of oily skin folks tend to have, much more open, large pores. And I thought, you know, does it really live up to the hype? So I finally caved and purchased it when she was running a sale in early July, and I got it within 2 weeks. I think it took exactly 2 weeks for me to get it. So I've been using it for about 2 weeks every single day. It really is as good as people say, I have to admit. I put it on and I kid you not, it really does make my skin look flawless. It makes my pores disappear. It's just beautiful. And I recently got asked how I would compare it to the Huda Beauty loose baking powder that I'm always raving about. I would say they're very similar. I think that this one, while the Huda does a great job of making your skin look very airbrushed, this one does an even better job. And this one also is better at controlling oil than the Huda. So another issue with the Huda Beauty is that I always talk about is the high fragrance that it has, or the very potent fragrance that it has. This one does have a little bit of a fragrance to it as well. It's more of a sweet sort of vanilla-y scent. However, the fragrance is a lot more faint than the Huda Beauty. All right, moving right along, let's talk lips. There are 3 lipsticks that I have been reaching for consistently for the last month, and they are the new Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips 2. Out of all of the shades, these are the 3 that are in heavy rotation. In Love with Olivia is probably my number 1, followed by JK Magic, followed by Glowing Jen. And I am going to repeat what I said in my swatch video about the fact that I find it very difficult to not have the name of the product, of the shade on the bottom when you're replacing with a refill or switching out, because I purchased a lipstick and a couple of refills. And so the refills, you know, they come out like this, but I have Glowing Jen in my Carina Star. So I know this one isn't Carina Star because Carina Star is more of a coral. But the thing is, this doesn't have a name on the bottom. So I have to remember that I put Glowing Jen in Carina's Star. Otherwise, I might think, oh, is this Angel Alessandra? Because those are sort of similar. Oh, I just wish there was some way she could have at least put the names of the shade somewhere on the refill. Anyway, Glowing Jen is what I'm wearing now. I do have something on the center of my lips that I'm going to get to in a moment. But these 3 colors, as far as I'm concerned, are perfection. The formula of these, they're fantastic. And the packaging, of course, is beautiful. I really don't know what else to say besides I'm in love with these lipsticks. And then what I've placed in the center of my lips today, and I've been placing it in the center of my lips pretty much every day since I got it, this is the Natasha Denona Metallic Lipstick in Nude Metallica. And what I've been doing is I've just been taking a little bit and putting it like that, like right in the center, and then patting it in. And it looks so good with pretty much every lipstick I try. It gives your lips more of that full pouty look, if that's what you like. I happen to like it a lot. So I've really been enjoying this. I don't think I would put it over my entire lip. I mean, that is a look that's kind of popular right now, just doing a full metallic lip, but it's not quite the thing for me. So I like to do it the way I just demonstrated. Okay, I just have a couple more things to show you before I get to my fails. Next up is a product I've spoken about in the past, and I just wanted to show it to you guys again because I don't believe that favorites videos always have to be what's new. They can be some products that you've fallen in love with again, and that would definitely be the case for this Blond Brilliance Temporary Color Care Cool Blondes Lathering Toner. Obviously my hair is highlighted blonde and it can get brassy very, very quickly. My hair turns brassy within 3 shampoos of me getting a professional toner at the salon. This is the only purple shampoo. It's not really a shampoo, it's an actual toner. If you look at the back of the bottle, it says salon directions. So this is definitely a salon quality product. Instead of going to your salon and paying to get a toner, this honestly works so well. And I like that it lathers. When I've used traditional purple shampoos, I've always felt like they come out like in a blob, and when you put them on your head, it's really hard to sort of move it around. All the ones I've used, and I've used some of the very popular ones like the Fanola, Joico, Unite, Shimmer Lights. I've used all those before, and none of them lather and cover as easily as this one does. And it's so potent. I used it today, and it just took all of those brassy tones out and just left it such a pretty, buttery, Baby Blonde. You definitely have to deep condition after using this. I use my Olaplex step 4, 5, whichever one the conditioner is, and my hair was super soft, and I just love this. All right, almost done, I promise. I don't normally talk about my jewelry and accessories on my channel, but I have been wearing a lot of the same jewelry in recent videos because I've just been so in love with these pieces, and I finally talked to the designer and got a discount code. I sent her a message and I said, I'm wearing your pieces. I bought several of your pieces. I'm wearing them in my videos. I would love to talk about them in my videos and offer my viewers a discount code. So these are from Melissa Lovey. These are the Sienna hoops. These hoops come in rhodium, rose gold, and they're so lightweight and just so beautiful. Her jewelry is just so pretty and so well made. The first earrings I ever got from her and talked about on my channel was probably 2 years ago. These are the Serena hoops. And they come in, again, the gold, the rose gold, and I just ordered a pair of the smaller version in unicorn, which is stones that are all these beautiful pastel shades. They're so beautiful, and I decided to get those in a smaller version. These are the original Serenas, but then there's Baby Serena, and then the XS Serenas, which are these right here. These are great if you don't like a big hoop. These are great for every day and just add a beautiful hint of sparkle. So these are the XS Baby Serenas in gold, and then these are the Sienna hoops in gold. So I'm really happy to finally have a discount code for my viewers. Sadly, the discount code is only good through the end of the month. All right, the couple of fails that I have, one I've already returned. I was buying a lot more drugstore products this past month just because I wanted to do more drugstore videos for you guys. Most of the stuff I've purchased I really liked, except I had really high hopes for this L'Oreal blush, the shimmering blush called Blush Please in Blush in Saint Tropez. I just thought it looked so pretty at the store, and sadly, it just was kind of blah. It didn't have a lot of pigment to it. If you have fair skin, then I could definitely see this working, but if you have anything darker than the fairest skin, I don't know, it sort of comes up a little orangey, and I don't know, it was kind of pricey too for drugstore. I think this was $12 or $13, and I don't know, I just wasn't impressed by it. And then this was a definite fail. This is the Color Stay Brow Pencil Waterproof Soft Brown. Normally I like an angled brow pencil, but there's something about this formula that didn't work for me. It was too waxy. I have a scar over this eyebrow that I need product to stick to. Otherwise it looks like I've missed an area. I have a bald spot. And this just wouldn't stick. For being a 24-hour Color Stay product, it didn't stay. It was just too dark. I just didn't like anything about this. And my final fail, which really wasn't so much a fail as in it just didn't work that great for me, and I see so many great reviews on it, and I wasn't feeling the love as much as other people seem to. That's the new Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation. I have a whole video on that, and I compared it to the Dose of Colors. I just found that for a foundation that's supposed to be buildable, I didn't find it to be all that buildable. I didn't find the staying power to be, I don't know, I wasn't having the type of luck that other people seem to be having with it. So I actually returned it. I normally don't return foundations. I try to make them work somehow, maybe mix them into something, but aside from it just not having the coverage that I look for, the staying power that I look for, and the color being off, and I go way more into the color selection in that video, which I can link for you if I remember. I always say that I'm going to link something, and then you guys call me out for the fact that I always forget to link it. I'm going to try to remember to link the video, but you should easily be able to find it because I only posted it like a week and a half ago. So I definitely go into more detail on the shade selection in that video, but it just didn't work for me. So when you return something, I guess that means that it's a fail, right? All right, everyone, I really hope you had fun watching my July 2019 beauty favorites and fails. As always, if you have any questions at all about anything I've talked about today, please don't hesitate to leave it for me in the comments. I do try to answer everyone. As my channel grows, I'm having a harder time keeping up with hearting and liking every single comment, and I know that some people get a little bit offended when they see me heart several comments in a row and then not others. So I'm feeling like maybe I shouldn't heart as many as I do. Believe me, I am so thrilled with the growth my channel has had, and I appreciate every single one of you. And that's what I really want you guys to know, that even if I don't heart your comment or reply to your comment, I will do my best to eventually do so. But also you can remind me. Leave another comment, or send me a DM or something, and I will do my best to respond. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and join the Risa Does Makeup family. You can also, as I mentioned, Instagram. I'm on Instagram under the name Risa Does Makeup. Twitter, Facebook, everything's the same name. So that'll do it for this one. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.